Hi, so this week I thought we'd do something a little bit different because I've got a tuition-free week off of uni this week and I've got some assignments to do and I've got some reading to get done, so I figured I would just take like a quiet road trip down south, and I thought I'd bring you guys along with me, share my writing, my reading, all that stuff. So let's go. Yeah. I forgot to mention, we're gonna stop and get some food first, but after that we'll hit the road. Okay, so we've got all our food, it's time to hit the road, but first I got myself a Twix bar for the road. I'm holding it upside down. I got myself a Twix bar just for the road. It's about a 2-hour drive, but we're going to be listening to Carly Rae Jepsen's new album, Dedicated. I got this from a friend for my birthday on the weekend, so it'll be fun. It's going to be a good time. So I realize it's been like 2 seconds for you guys, but for me it's been 2 hours. We've just arrived. It was kind of wet on the way down, because it's been like raining. It's the end of winter, so it's just getting it all out there, but we're finally here. I'm gonna unpack. Thankfully it's not raining at the moment, so I should be all good when unpacking, but I am literally so hungry, so I'm gonna eat some food, maybe chuck on some music, and then we'll get some reading done, start on that writing. It'll be a fun time. So I've just unpacked and everything, but can you guys hear this rain? Oh my god. It really is winter, although perfect reading weather, I guess. So I just finished The Left Hand of Darkness. It was really, really good. Obviously, I'm going to give more thoughts on it in my winter wrap-up, which is coming very soon. But I really, really enjoyed this book. In the middle there, I had a bit of trouble with the writing style. It was kind of slow for me, and I was like, oh, is this going to end? In the last 100 pages, it really picks up, and I could just feel myself falling in love with the characters and the story. And by the end, I was just like, oh my god, I really, really, really like this. So I'm really glad that I pushed through to the end. More thoughts coming soon, but I really, really enjoyed this. Yeah, those are my initial thoughts. I thought it was really good. I'm gonna take a break from reading for now. I'm gonna get myself some food and I'm gonna get some writing done. So I just finished dinner and I figured it's getting pretty dark outside, and I don't know if you can still hear it, but it's still raining. It's pretty cold, but I've been doing some writing, getting some of that done, and it's actually going pretty well. I'm gonna talk with you guys more about that tomorrow because I am not actually writing my novel this time around. I'm working on a short story that I'm submitting somewhere, and also I'm going to be starting my next book tomorrow, so we can chat about that when I actually do get around to starting it, because I'm really excited about it. So we'll talk more about that tomorrow. So that's it for this first day of my writing retreat, reading road trip vlog thing. We'll chat tomorrow, I guess. I'll see ya tomorrow. So it's the next morning. I thought that I would spend the majority of today getting some writing done, just because I mentioned to you guys yesterday that I'm not actually working on my novel for this period of time. I've got a short story that's due at the end of tomorrow. That's for a university journal that they do every year. The theme for this year is time, so we'll make that work somehow. I'm not really sure, but we'll roll with it. And if I can smash that out for today, then I might get some reading done later on. I'm very excited to share with you guys what I'm reading next because I am so excited to start reading it. It's going to be great. Also, last night's weather was extremely stormy, the stormiest that I've experienced in such a long time. It's very wintry today, so it'll be interesting to say the least. It makes me feel very cozy, writerly, very much in a reading sort of mood. So I think that that's a good setup for the day. So I'll check in with you later. Hopefully I'll have got some writing done. So I just got to the part of my short story where it's raining, and I don't know if you can see it, but it's currently raining at the moment. Coincidence? I think not. I just had this open, but I've had to close it because it's way too early in the morning for me to be freezing cold. As much as I like the rain and the mood, I'm just not there for freezing myself. I need to finish this short story. So I've kind of just been staring at the screen for like 20 minutes, and I realized it was because I know what I have to write about. It's kind of not clear in my head. I'm kind of just like grasping at all these like weird nebulous things, and I've kind of like, I know what I'm writing about, but in the moment I forget like what I'm actually writing about. So I figured if I just write down in my notebook, like beat by beat, everything that's going to happen, it'll make it clearer in my own head, but also it'll make it clearer when I put it on the page, and I'll have to do less editing and that sort of thing. So I've just been kind of jotting it down, you know, not really like an outline because it's just a short story, but just like a guide for, so I don't forget like what I'm writing and why it's important as well, like things to emphasize in the scene. I just think that doing this will make it a lot clearer for me, but that hadn't really occurred to me until now after 20 minutes of staring at the screen. So yeah, I don't know if you can hear that. That's just the wind. So it's very wintry at the moment. I'm actually kind of liking it. So I thought I'd take a break from writing for a little bit, and I just started Jingo by Terry Pratchett, and I really, really like it. This is part of the Discworld series, and I realized that I've just got like a ton of new subscribers, and I feel like they wouldn't really know what Discworld is if you're not already familiar with it. So I might do a video that's like introduction to Discworld sort of thing. I don't know, I feel like there are a lot more better videos on YouTube that go more into depth in what Discworld actually is, like they know a little bit more than me, but I might do one anyway. For some reason, I don't know. But I really like Jingo so far. I felt with the last two books, like they were really, really good, and I really liked Feet of Clay, but I felt like they were a bit samey in a way, just plot-wise, like they were very like focused in Ankh-Morpork, and while this one still is, I really get the feeling that even from the first few pages, this is going to be something that's completely different, and I'm really, really excited for it. It's going to be great. I'm really excited. So I just finished the draft of the story, and I am actually really happy with it, but it was really weird towards the end because as I wrote like the last few sentences, I was like, this is really weird. I feel like I've written this before. Like it was this really weird feeling of like deja vu, but for writing. And I've never felt that before. I've never actually heard anyone even talk about that before. And I was like, oh my God, what am I experiencing? But that whole thing with the pseudo outline that I was doing in my notebook was like ultimately fruitless, because I remember that I've got a word limit. And if I was going to stick to that like bullet point list that I'd made, I was going to be way over the word count. So I had to like mix two scenes together and cut a character. It was an interesting experience, and like I've done the draft now, so all I really need to do for that is editing, and then that's all good. I realize that this vlog is probably going to be like really all over the place because I haven't filmed like any in-between bits or anything, but you know, here you go. It's the morning, if you can't tell by the way that I look, but I was taking the rubbish down to the bin, and I was coming back up the stairs, and I realized that like normally all of these trees would be dead in winter, but because it's spring tomorrow, they're all coming back, and I'm really excited for spring. I know a lot of people are going to be like posting their autumn reads or like you know, those sorts of videos. They talk about like spooky Halloween reads for autumn, and it's like, wow. Can't relate. I've just finished packing everything up. I drafted that submission email to the University Journal, which I'm going to submit as soon as I get home because there's no internet down here and my laptop died. So as soon as I get home, I'm going to charge my laptop and then submit that email so that I can get that submitted. Read a bit more of Jingo. I'm really, really enjoying it so far. It's just good to be back in Discworld, you know? Anyway, I am going to start packing the car now. Thank you so, so much for, you know, coming along with me on this little writerly reading road trip. I am actually really impressed with how productive I've been. I know it might not seem that I've been like super productive, but like this was actually a lot of fun for me, and it was good like change of pace as well. So I might do this more often. We'll see. We'll see. Depending on like how often I can actually get away, we'll see. We'll figure it out. Okay, so everything is packed up. I'm all ready to go in the car. The house is locked up. And this has been so much fun to film. I really hope you guys enjoyed it just as much as I enjoyed filming it. Otherwise, that'll be kind of boring, won't it? And thank you so, so much for sticking around to the end of this video. I will see you all next week with a new one. Bye!